Hi guys, Lee here, welcome back to the channel, and you join me today as we're going to have a look round the Vauxhall Corsa we bought from Pre's auction last week. So we were at the auction last week and we did actually quite well. We won 4 cars, a bit of a shock really because we've been struggling to buy cars of late, but like I said, we bagged 4 last week, which is a great result. So we're starting to bring them cars back from the auction to the workshop so we can get them processed, get them done, and look to obviously try and sell them on. The first one was the white Corsa 2011 plate, which we bought for £1,050 plus the fees. We'll go through all the costings in it later on, but the car is now back here at the workshop, so we're going to have a quick look around it now, have a walk round, go for a drive, get it on the ramp and have a look round it, and then we can get a bit of a list together of what we need to do to it, what we think it might be worth, and obviously look to try and sell the car on and hopefully make a bit of a profit out of it. So the car's here now. Let's go and have a look round it and see what we bought. Right, Corsa has landed. I'm going to do the walk round in the workshop because it's a lot going on outside, it's a bit busy. So, 2011 plate, Vauxhall Corsa. Nice old thing, 1 litre EcoFlex. 3 owners, in the white, done about 96,000 miles. So we give £1,050 for this, I think it was, plus the fees. I'll get the invoice out in a sec, we'll go through actually what it owes us to the pound. But having a quick look round her, alloys on it, nice touch, decent tyre on it, cheapy tyre obviously with Greenway to budget, but good 6-7mm on there, so good old tyre, pretty straight down the side, no real damage or concerns to worry about, which is great. I say another cheapy tyre there, we've got another Greenway, almost new to be fair, 7 or 8mm, barely been running, a little bit of corrosion there. I mean, not that much to be fair, you could probably improve that, just a little bit of T-cut, take your eye off it and then just sort of nib it in with a bit of matching white paint. There's not really much you can do with that, can't really sort of go into the lengths of painting that. You're not going to on a 12-year-old car, these sort of things sell. Anyway, you don't really need to go too mad with stuff like this, because they're not exactly difficult things to sell. Rear of the car, pretty straight, nice tailgate on it, nice and clean, bumpers nice and clean, a few little minor scuffs there but they'll come out, nothing really too much to worry about in there. I popped the boot barrier here actually. Missing a parcel shelf, so we need to get a partial shelf for it. Braces there. Yeah, we've got a full jack kit in there. We've got a spare. We have Continental tyre in there. The clasp is missing, that's probably, yeah, that's rattling around. I was hearing something like rattling in the back when I was driving it before, so yeah, that one we need to get a clasp for that to stop that rattling around because that's making a racket. So we need to get one of them for the spare wheel and a parcel shelf. It's not at the end of the world. Straight on the near side, we've got a little tiny bit here starting to go, same as the opposite side, but it's only a slight bubbling. Another decent tyre, Greenway budget. Again, same as the opposite side, almost new. Quarter's good. Then we get to the door. We mentioned this in the auction, we looked at this, cracked the paint there. Now look, we're not going to paint this, to be honest guys. If you're going to start painting that, you're going to end up painting this quarter. We ain't going to be doing that, we don't need to be fair. The car will sell anyway without having to need to sort of go drastically painting doors. I ain't going around trying to find a matching door for it, it'll just cause more hassle than we need. To be honest with you, I've had an idea for this. Now, do you ever remember them sort of rubber protectors you get? I know, like they're up at the old school that old people put on the cars, but if we bought a couple of set of them, I think they'll just hide that, and it'll just improve it. I mean, in an ideal world, yes, you paint it, but you know, it ain't going to be worth doing. So I thought we either leave it as it is, or we can just sort of try and cover it up and hide it. And I think a protector there will get rid of that and sort of take your eye off it at least, and will hide a multitude of sins. So we're going to try that and see what it looks like. The door, pretty straight. Little spider there, hello Mr. Spider. Wing mirror, tiny bit there, wants touching in. Nibbing job of a paintbrush, it's not too bad. Pretty straight on the wing as well. Tyre, not matching. We've got Greenways free of, and then we've got a Uniroyal on the front. I'd say 4mm. It's a decent tyre, but, and a Uniroyal is a good tyre actually. I've just ordered a set of Uniroyals for my car. Discs and pads, a little bit of wear on the disc. We'll have this in the workshop and check this over when we do the servicing and stuff, so we may end up putting disc and pads on it potentially. We'll have to have a look. The rest of the car's pretty straight, to be honest. Front end's pretty decent. We've got a couple of little stone chips on the bonnet we can just touch in, but overall, for what we paid for it, I am quite pleased with it. little bit of improvement needed here and there, but certainly no disaster, and an easy thing is to sell these. So let's have a look inside it. Not too bad inside, pretty clean to be honest. The seats, obviously the water valet, quick going over with the shampoo and an hoover up, and this will be pretty much ready to roll. So I've not got too much to worry about there. Take a look inside. So we've got 96,000 miles. Interior wise, not too bad actually. Like I said, we're pretty clean in here, it's not too chewed up or anything like that. Stereo working. Yep, we're tuned in. 106.9, bit of silk radio, local station. Glove box, these always fall apart in Corsas. Oh, that wasn't. It has got a bit of play in it. The pins broke that side. That one's there, alright. That one ain't. So we can fix them anyway. I've done loads of these, we can repair that. Let's start her up. The old 1 litre. Doesn't sound too bad. Revving up alright, we've got no warning lights or anything to worry about. And we've even got a quarter of a tank of petrol, which is good. That'll save us a bit of money. Heaters, they're all working on each settings, that's good. It's pretty clean in here, it's actually quite nice. It's not too bad interior. So far, we've got a glove box to sort out, a parcel shelf, a little clasp spindle for the spare wheel well, we need to get one of them. I'm not too concerned with this so far. Let's have a quick look under the old bonnet. We've got a new battery on there, doesn't look that old that to be fair, so that's a good sign. Negatives, we've got oil leak, definitely, rock cover gasket needs sorting out, put a new rock cover gasket on it. And then we've got oil pressure switch, a little bit of misting on it, I know it's coming off the gasket or from the switch. These are dead common for oil pressure switches going, for the sake of a few quid, just change it, we do it on every one anyway. Oil wise, I mean I haven't got much history with this, which is a shame. I mean, if you look at the state of that oil, it's not great, and it's got a little bit of a brown tinge to it, but smelling it, yeah, it's not the best. That is dead in need of a service. It did sound a little bit chainy when I first started it. Be interesting to see on the drive if it gets any worse, because you might have to look at putting a timing chain on it. Very common on the Vauxhall Corsas, 1.2s, 1.4s, 1 litres for noisy chains. So we'll see how that develops. Sometimes you can service them, change the oil and quieten them up, but we'll have a look when we drive it, see if it gets any worse. Other than a good clean up, bloody good service, isn't too much to worry about. Yeah, we can sort this out. So the proof's in the pudding, I guess. We'll rig it up now and go for a drive in it, see what she's like on the road, see how she dances. Hi guys, just a quick message today from our product sponsor Top Don, who have sent us out the JS2000 jump pack. Now this little jump pack is absolutely sensational. I've been using this all week. Petrols, diesels, this will start up any vehicle to 8 litre capacity, and it'll even do 35 startups on a single charge. That's how good this little jump pack is. Like I said, everything we've used it on this week, it's been absolutely brilliant. Just plug the jump leads in, attach it to a car, even if the battery's completely flat dead, press that boost button and you'll have the car running in a matter of seconds. It's such a compact, affordable, brilliant little bit of kit, and it's not only just a jump pack, it's also a power bank as well. So it's got USB ports on it, you can power DC electric off it, it's got a built-in torch working at night, and you can even power a mobile phone battery from dead to 80% capacity in just over half an hour. So it's an absolutely fantastic multi-purpose item, and it's affordable. Less than 75 quid. I don't even know how you even make and sell this for less than 75 quid. I understand now why a lot of the trade lads are banging on about this, and why I keep seeing these a lot, and when I got hold of one and tried and tested it, this is as good as what they're claiming. And for the value, for less than 75 quid for a multi-purpose jump pack power bank, you won't find anything better than this. It's half its rival's price. So get yourself on our link in the description below. We've got the direct stockist in the UK for Top Don for selling these Jump JS2000s. Check out that link, click it, you'll get yourself the best possible price direct from the stockist in the UK. Don't take any chances, guys. Get it from direct from the UK supplier stockist. It's same day dispatch, it's less than £75. Check out that description below for the latest price and offers on it. Another fantastic item from Top Don. Click on that link below and get yourself one ordered today. Right. Well, it starts on the button. which is always a good sign. We've still got no warning lights on. Let's go now for a drive and see what she's like. Over the rollers. Okay, right, so as we shoot off, pulling well, clutch has got a nice bite on it, just where it should be. Gear change now into third, good, fourth, into fifth. Yep, no issues there, we've got no crunch or anything in the gears. Acceleration, perfectly fine, we've got no misfire, we've got no lurching, no jerkiness, nothing like that. It's doing exactly as it should. Brakes are working well, we haven't got any noises. They're a little bit worn, them brakes, but we'll have a proper look at them when we get it on the ramp and see if they might need changing. But they're certainly performing okay, so I'm not massively concerned of them. I always quite like the 1 litre Corsa. There isn't much difference really in the drive between the 1 litre and the 1.2. It's not like the 1.2's massively quicker. You don't really know. I don't really notice much of a difference in it. It's very marginal. The 1 litre's a bit better on fuel, and obviously it's a cheaper insurance, so for younger drivers they're ideal, which is probably why they sell so well. And this is the sort of thing really at the moment that you want to be buying, because Corsas just fly out. Everyone wants Corsas. I quite like selling Corsas because although I'm not a fan of the Vauxhall Corsa, they're easy to sell and everyone wants them. It's not just young lads who want them, young girls want them. You get people just want them as a runabout. There's no sort of set person that buys a Vauxhall Corsa. Pretty much anyone who just wants a small runabout, whether it's young or old, will buy one. So when you get one in at sensible money, as long as you can turn it around, they're pretty easy to get rid of. And I've already got a bit of interest in this one as it is, just a word of mouth. I've got 2 people who want to view it. But before we can do that, we need to obviously get it on the ramp, assess it, and see what we're going to need to do to it. On the test drive so far, I'm quite pleased with it. Nothing is really worrying me about this. It's pulling nice, it's nice and smooth, we've got good acceleration, the clutch is good, the brakes are good, we've got no knocks or bangs, no suspension noises, nothing. The only noise I can hear is that peg in the boot rattling around, which we can easily solve. So drive-wise, I'm absolutely happy with it. I've got no major concerns. I think it's time now we get it back in the workshop, I'll get it on the ramp, go for it properly, and get a list together of what we need to do to it. Okay, so we're up in the air. Not too bad to be fair. I mean, we got a little bit of corrosion on the rear springs. Yeah, but it's an old car. We're not really gonna be. We can't be too picky on it. You are going to get some signs of rusting and corrosion and stuff on a car. It's when it becomes excessive and you're more worried about. We're more concerned about, for instance, like the subframe. Usually on Corsas, the subframes can corrode quite prematurely. I've seen a few sort of 07, 08, 09s where the subframes have really sort of fell to pieces. They go around here where these little drainage holes are. There's a plate in here, they usually go there. This one's actually quite sound actually. Another way to check them as well is if you look at the wishbone arms, where the arms actually sit. The back of it there, they usually corrode in the actual subframe when they bolt to. That one's alright, a little bit scaly, but that's what you'd expect to see on a car of this age. So that's a good sign, that subframe's decent, so we're not worried there. Discs actually, they didn't look great on the walk round. I mean, they are pretty shit to be fair. The inside of them are knackered, so we're definitely going to put discs and pads on it. I was quite surprised actually, because the brakes are actually quite decent, but I mean, we've got literally material falling off that inner part of that brake disc, so definitely need new discs and pads on it. But I mean, you know, these aren't dear cars to fix, so not major one to worry about. The rest of it really, other than just a bit of general service and a bit of a clean up, is not too bad. Looks like it's had a shocker at some point in the last good year or two. That one's certainly newer than that side. We'll jack it up now and give it a quick check. Okay, so we've got the Vauxhall Corsa off the ramp, we've been through it. What is the list of jobs we need to do to this car? Well, first of all, the little jobs first. The key, you need to get a key for it. It's all taped up, this one, it's a bit of a mess, but I've got loads of these spare shells hanging around, so we'll just take the gubbins out of this key and then transfer it into a new key, and that'll solve that. Other little jobs, we need to get a parcel shelf for it, we need to get a clasp for the boot, stop that spare wheel jingling around when we're driving. We need to sort of rock cover gasket out for it, because that's gone. Oil pressure switch as well, that's starting to leak, so we could do a change in that. It definitely needs a service. We definitely need some pads for it, because they are absolutely shot. And I think we're going to need a timing chain. When I brought it back off the test drive, I started to notice the chain was getting a little bit noisier. Common sign, it's a telltale sign of when the chains are going on these Corsas. If they get warm and they usually become a lot noisier if they're stretched. I think that's what's happened to this one, to be honest. State of the oil as well probably hasn't helped, not been serviced regular. It's going to have an effect on the car and the chain. Really common, unfortunately, on Vauxhall Corsas. Anyone who's owned one's probably end up putting a chain on it at some point of their lives. It's really common thing that goes wrong on them, but not particularly expensive thing to solve. A new chain kit for these, I think the last one I bought was about £60 with the sprockets and all the tensioners and bits you need, so they're not particularly expensive. A timing chain sounds a big job. On these, they're not too bad. A few hours low work and this can be sorted. And to be honest with you, if we do that, we'll give peace of mind to the next person that buys it. You can just sometimes get away with changing the oil in it if the oils are horrible and sludgy, because they are oil fed and submerged in oil. But I don't think it's worth it on this. It might quiet it down temporarily, but what's the point? If it comes back in a few weeks after we've sold it and it's got noisy, or worse, something terrible happens and it stretches and moves and smashes all the valves to pieces and something terrible happens like that, we're going to end up fixing it, and it's going to end up with a massive headache and a massive bill. It's better just to nip it in the bud, change it now before it goes out, give peace of mind to ourselves and to the customer as well, whoever buys it. And plus, I think we can ask a little bit more money for it when we sell it. So a few little jobs to do, but nothing real major to worry about, and an easy thing to sell. These Corsas, I mean, I've already got interest in this, already got a couple of people after it. They're really easy things to get rid of. And I think, to be honest with you, looking at this car, with all that work we can do on it, I think we can easily ask £24.95 for it. I think it's worth it all day long. I've already told a few people what I'm after for it, and they're already interested and want to see it. So that's great news if we can obtain that sort of money for it. So we need to get it in the workshop next week and start the process of turning it around. So what does it owe us, and what do I think we'll get out of it? A bit of speculation. At the moment, it stands us at £1,272. That is the purchase price, £1,050 at the auction, plus the fees came out at £1,272. The bits and bobs we need for it, well, disc and pads, 50-60 quid. Chain kit's about £50-60. We're going to need some service items, £20 or £30 for them. A parcel shelf and a few other little bits. To be honest, if you're tottling all them up, we're only really going to be looking to spend sort of around the 1,500 quid mark, job done. If we can keep to that sort of budget, we should have a nice margin in this. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd be happy if we got £800-900 out of it. If we got £1,000, that would be absolutely amazing. There probably will be a few other bits we'll need done along the way as well. But there's definitely money or margin in this car without a shadow of a doubt, and I'm pretty sure once we've got it fixed and done and MOT'd, the first person that comes and does a look at it will probably end up buying it. So that's what we're going to do this one, guys. We're going to get this in the next workshop next week, get it processed and get it hopefully sold as soon as we can. So thanks for watching this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out my other videos, like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and I'll see you all very, very soon.